first youth summit the commission organized so far?
No, this is actually our third summit. We did violence intervention summit, and then we did a public safety branch, and then this is our third summit. So given the gravity of the problem, violence in the community, in the African community in the Bronx, and in Harlem, in New York at large, we can't just do one event and say, okay, we did our best. So basically, we have to keep our foot on the gas and keep advocating against violence in the community, create awareness to the youth, basically put out that energy, that positive energy out there in the community that we cannot stand for violence in the community. The youth have to change. The parents also have to do their part in participating in the education of their youth, of their kids. So
violence actually is one of the biggest issues we're facing in New York City right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what would be the best advice you can give to
I mean, this is why we do these summits, to actually cultivate solutions to the problem. So some of the solutions that we came up with is parental engagement, making sure that the parents stay engaged in their kids' education, pay attention to the letters that they receive in the mail about their kids dropping out of school. If you get that education, you have to be involved, go to school, and inquire about what's going on with your child. So that will probably stop them from dropping out of school. And another thing that we talked about was a violence intervention group that can actually intervene when there's an issue, when two groups have beef, so that the group can go and actually talk to those people and actually find a solution to the beef before it becomes violence. So that's another thing that we develop. We also talk about community centers, because when the youth are bored, that's when they commit crimes. So developing soccer programs, developing basketball programs, any kind of programs that will keep them occupied will be part of the solution. So these are some of the things that we talk about in the summit so far. There are many solutions that we came up with, but those are the top three.
So when do you expect to have the next summit?
Hopefully soon. This particular summit was sponsored by the city, and they say I have to say the name. It was the community project grant awarded by the New York City Office for the Prevention of Hate Crimes and the New York City Commission on Human Rights. So we received a small grant to do this particular summit against violence, against bias and hate crimes. So that's why we're here today, and it was a great turnout. Thank you for covering the event. It's been a long time since I've seen you, but I'm very happy the community came out. There was a lot of people, proposed so many ideas, but we also proposed that we need funding in order to execute some of these programs. We all work, but we all also, in general, contribute to the funding of these summits that we do. The last two summits, our executive board actually contributed to those summits. Only the first time that the city is actually giving a grant to make this summit happen. So shout out to the city, and we're hoping that soon we're gonna have bigger grants to make things happen.
So thank you so much for being on Radio Télé Actualité today.